In this video, we will learn how to evaluate and simplify composite functions. Composite functions, or a composite function, is a function within a function. Let's say we are given the function f of x, that is x squared minus 3x plus 1, and the function g of x, that is 2x plus 4. Now these notations denote the composite functions f of g of x, g of f of x, f of x, and g of x. In this notation, the function on the left is the outer function, and the function on the right is the inner function, such that in this example, g of x is the inner function and f of x is the outer function. Now, instead of these notations, we can also use this notation, which is also read as f of g of x. Therefore, this notation and this one over here denote the same thing. Now, how do we evaluate a composite function? First, we have to evaluate the inner function, and then we have to use the result of the first step to evaluate the outer function. So evaluate the inner function, then evaluate the outer function. First, let's say we have f of g of 1. Okay, what is the value of this composite function given that f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 1 and g of x is 2x plus 4? First, we have to evaluate the inner function g of 1. To get g of 1, we simply substitute 1 into the x of g of x. Okay, so in g of x, we have 2x plus 4. So 2x becomes 1, so times 1 plus 4. Okay, 2 times, let's simplify this expression. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6. Therefore, this g of 1 is 6. So the composite function is now f of 6. Because again, g of 1 is 6. Okay, so next we have to evaluate the outer function, and for that we have f of 6. Okay, to get f of 6, we simply substitute 6 into the x in f of x. Okay, so f of x, we have x squared. Again, x becomes 6. So we have 6 squared minus 3x, so minus 3 times 6 plus 1. Okay, let's simplify this expression. So we have 6 squared, that is 36, minus 3 times 6, that is minus 18, plus 1. Okay, simplify. 36 minus 18, that is 18, plus 1, 19. Sorry. Therefore, the value of f of g of 1 is 19. Next, what is the value of g of f of 0 given that f of x is x squared minus 3x plus 1 and gx is 2x plus 4? So first, by the way, yes, this notation is the same thing as this notation. So we have g of f of 0. Therefore, first we have to evaluate the inner function f of 0. To get f of 0, we simply substitute 0 into the x of f of x. Okay, so f of x, we have x squared. If x becomes 0, we have 0 squared minus 3 times x. So minus 3 times 0 plus 1. If we simplify this expression, this becomes 0, this is also 0, so we only have 1. Therefore, f of 0 is equal to 1. Again, this f of 0 is 1, so this composite function, it becomes g of 1. Okay, so to evaluate the outer function g of 1, we simply substitute 1 into the x of g of x. Okay, so for g of x, we have 2x plus 4. Therefore, we have 2. Okay, 2 times x. X becomes 1, so 2 times 1 plus 4. So if we simplify this expression, we have 2 plus 4, that is 6. Next, what if we have f of negative 1? given that f of x is x squared minus 3x plus 1, and g of x is 2x plus 4. So first we have to evaluate the inner function f of negative 1. To get f of negative 1, we simply substitute negative 1 into the x of f of x. So for f of x, we have x squared. Okay, so again, x becomes negative 1, so we have negative 1 squared minus 3x. So we have minus 3 times negative 1 plus 1. Let's simplify this expression. Negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. And we have plus 1. Okay, simplify further. 1 plus 3, 4 plus 1, that is 5. Therefore, f of negative 1 is 5. So again, this inner function is equal to 5. Therefore, the composite function becomes f of 5. So to evaluate the outer function, we have to get f of 5. For that, we simply substitute 5 into the x of f of x. Okay, so we have x squared. Okay, if x becomes 5, we have 5 squared. Minus 3x, so minus 3 times 5 plus 1. Let's simplify this expression. 5 squared, that is 25, minus 3 times 5, that is minus 15, and copy plus 1. Let's simplify further. So we have 25 minus 15, that is 10, plus 1, 11. Therefore, f of negative 1 is equal to 11. This time, how do we simplify a composite function? We have to substitute the inner function into the x of the outer function. And then we have to simplify the resulting expression. First, how do we simplify f of g of x? Given that f of x is x squared minus 3x plus 1, and g of x is 2x plus 4. This notation is the same as this notation. So this is also f of g of x. To simplify this composite function, we have to substitute this inner function g of x into the x of the outer function f. So g of x is 2x plus 4. We have to substitute this 2x plus 4 into the x's of the function f. So in f, we have x squared. But since x becomes 2x plus 4, we have 2x plus 4 quantity raised to the exponent 2 minus 3x. So minus 3 times 2x plus 4. And then copy plus 1. To simplify the first term, we have to multiply 2x plus 4 by itself. And then we can use the FOIL method to get 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. Next, we have to distribute negative 3 or minus 3 into the two terms of the binomial 2x plus 4. So we have negative 3 times 2x, that is negative 6x. And then negative 3 times positive 4, that is minus 12. Then we copy plus 1. Let's simplify further this expression. So we have 4x squared, that is the only term with x squared. Then we have two terms with x, so we have 16x minus 6x, so we get 10x. Next, let's simplify the numbers. So 16 minus 12, that is 4, plus 1, we get 5. Therefore, f of g of x is 4x squared plus 10x plus 5. Next example. How do we simplify g of f of x? Given that f of x is x squared minus 3x plus 1, and g of x is 2x plus 4. So to simplify this composite function, we have to substitute the inner function f of x into the x of the outer function g. Okay, so again, f of x is x squared minus 3x plus 1. So we have to substitute this trinomial into the x of the outer function g. Okay, so in g, we have 2x. But since x becomes this trinomial, we have 2 times the quantity x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay, and then we copy plus 4. To simplify this expression, we have to distribute 2 into the three terms of the trinomial. Okay, so we have 2 times x squared, that is 2x squared. Next, 2 times negative 3x, you have minus 6x. And then we have 2 times positive 1, so we have plus 2, then copy plus 4. Let's simplify this expression further. Okay, there is only one term with x squared, so we have 2x squared. There is only one term with x, so we have minus 6x. Then we can add the numbers. 2 plus 4 is 6. Lastly, how do we simplify g of x? Given that f of x is x squared minus 3x plus 1, and g of x is 2x plus 4. So yes, this notation is the same as this notation. This is also g of x. To simplify this composite function, we have to substitute the inner function g of x into the x of the outer function g. Okay, so g of x is 2x plus 4. We have to substitute this 2x plus 4 into the x of the outer function g, which is the same function. So we have 2 times x, but since x becomes 2x plus 4, okay, so we have 2 times quantity 2x plus 4, then we copy plus 4. To simplify this expression, we have to distribute 2 to the two terms of the binomial. So 2 times 2x, that's 4x, okay, and then we have 2 times 4, so that is 5, plus 8. Okay, then we copy plus 4. Let's simplify this expression further, and we only have one term with x, so 4x, and let's add the numbers. 8 plus 4, that is 12. Therefore, g of x is 4x plus 12. If you have any question, please leave a comment.